So this is my little forge. I traded 2 parangs for it, and I have to make those parangs yet. But it's from Champion Forge and Blower Company in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. I had to do a few things to get this operational, and I'll show you what those are real quick. If you can see, there's a little dump out valve here, and this was kind of frozen up, and I got it so that it opens and closes, and then it was all this piping was filled with like rat's nests and stuff. And then there's a lever here, and when you pull this lever, it moves a little door back and forth right here, and that door is how you control airflow from the blower here going up into the forge before the days of variable speed motors. And so I had to fabricate that. This is what the piece was like before I got it. It was all rusted and it wasn't sliding back and forth, so I cleaned all that out, remade this, and now it's a nice functional little unit there. I still have one thing left to do. The power going to the motor on the blower comes out the front, and I don't want it here, so I'm gonna have to shift this power around, but I'm waiting for my next door neighbor to help. He works with the power company, and I don't want to blow myself up. Now see, if I tried to do that, I'd burn the whole neighborhood down. And here's the actual blower. It's powered by an electric motor on the other side here, and then it spins these tines, and then it pushes air up into the forge. This is in the forge where the air comes out, and you see there's this little clinker breaker down there, and I had to do some significant monkey business to get that freed up. But there's a lever that I can push kind of down here. This lever I move from side to side, and it'll move that clinker breaker. I'm happy that I was able to find a source for blacksmithing coal not too far from where I live. This is a 50-pound bag I got for 20 bucks. So I'm told that when you go to light one of these for the first time, if you don't have any you know, coke or basically, you know, used already lit coal in the bottom of the forge, it can be kind of hard to light with using just newspaper. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to build a little fire, so I'm making a little kindling. Now what I've got is some cardboard in the bottom that I'm hoping to light, and then some kindling on top. And I've got my coal. I'm going to pile some coal around, and I know I'm not going to get it like a Man Scout badge for this because I'm cheating, but hey, this is modern technology, baby. I've never lit coal before, so hopefully this will work. I put some tobacco on for good luck. There's cardboard underneath there, that's what I'm lighting. Once it gets a little bit here, I'm going to turn our blower on. Look at that sucker go. First thing I'm going to make on my forge is a rake. So I'm going to heat the end of this up to be able to rake coal on top of there. I'm just going to turn it off for a second here. That's good and hot. And I'm going to just take and try to draw the end of this bar out. You can see it's good and hot. So now I'm just going to bend this over. Bend it up a little bit. Make a nice little curve on the end there. And now, let's see, I'm going to bend it. Bend it back on itself. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to flatten this out. You see it bent, it's starting to melt. Now I'm just going to bend it up so that it forms a nice little rake here. Something like that. So here's the purpose of this tool. I rake more coal onto the fire when I need it. That way I can just dump it by the bag onto the side here, and helps me manage this a little bit. Now the other thing is I want to be able to break up in there a little bit if I need to. So I'm going to make another tool. Same idea with this handle on the back, so I'll go ahead and make that. But I'm going to make a little poker that I can poke down in there with. So now I've made a little handle. And in the other end, I want to make it one of those classic kind of spear point fireplace pokers. Wow, it's melting. I got to be more careful with this forge. There we go, and then I'll probably just cut this off with a cold chisel here. So that's it. That's the first firing of my new forge. It works great. I made a little poker to kind of poke around in the fire pot, make sure we don't get any clinkers in there. And I made a little scraper to scrape coal back onto the fire. Pretty neat. Those are my first tools that I've made. I made parangs and stuff, and knives, but never an actual tool. Now I'm on to my next project. I gotta pay for the forge.